Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on New Zealand singer-songwriter Jules Riding. And through his song, I Found Grace, we looked at grace, and that is this undeserved but given gift anyway. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, going from there to, a son of a Beatle. He was born in 1963 in Liverpool. His parents, John Lennon and Cynthia Powell. So we're talking pre-Yoko Ono days here. In fact, the way that Yoko started, interesting part of the story, that one, which we won't go into too much. But basically, he was born to John and Cynthia before Yoko was on the scene. But when that all happened, he decided, hey, I'm going to go with Mum to Wales, and that's where Julian Lennon got educated. In fact, the whole Yoko Ono thing happened when Julian was only 5 years old. And the song Hey Jude, which I'll call obviously a Beatles classic, was going to be originally Hey Jules. This song was inspired by Julian Lennon and was a bit of a consolation to him for his parents' divorce. And so obviously for most of the Beatles' life, Cynthia was part of the world. And when Yoko came in, that all kind of changed. And so it's a bit of a tragedy for Julian, who was only 5 at that time. It's always good to, I think, just get into stories just a little bit more at times. Influences for Julian Lennon, obviously the Beatles. You can just see through some of the songs that Julian has written that there's just trademarks of Beatles all over it. The way that he can write some pretty amazing chord progressions, his voice is pretty good, and the way that he just kind of stretches things a little bit here and there, there's well and truly Beatles influence all the way through his songwriting. David Bowie, again, very much elements of David Bowie in here as well. Steely Dan, just to name a few. In fact, Julian did play on one of his dad's, John Lennon's albums, Walls and Bridges, for one of the songs, Yeah, which is quite interesting. But obviously, for Julian, 1980 wasn't the best of years. That was the year that his dad, John Lennon, got assassinated. And I think Julian and John, for a period of time, they hadn't been so good, but around the late 1970s, there was a bit of a reconnection, which was pretty good. And apparently the connection with the Yoko Ono was not too bad. So yes, when John Lennon was assassinated, obviously the world was rocked by that, and the Lennon family as well, absolutely, would well and truly inform Julian Lennon going forward. But Julian thought, well, hey, I'm a Lennon, I can actually write songs and sing pretty well. In fact, he can sing really well, this guy. And I'm going to actually have a bit of a career myself. And out in 1984 came the album Volot. Now, Volot, I remember Volot coming out. It was a pretty good album, this one. Around that mid-1980 period when everybody was coming out with good albums, Julian Lennon, no exception. Too Late for Goodbye. This song actually got to #1, and we got an official and live version of this one below. It's good to see a live version of this one. It's a little bit more beefed up and rockier than the official clip. Julian Lennon really does know how to write songs, and he did write this one. And it's all about basically, hey, relationships got to such a point that we probably just need to leave. Goodbye is probably not going to be part of the picture because things are just a little bit too far gone. And so we got official and live of Too Late for Goodbye. In 1986, we got The Secret Value of Daydreaming, a great album title that one is, and the official clip of Stick Around. This is a really good clip, this one. It's all about a myriad of girls that come into his life and leave, and all the little influences and changes that happen. But while this is all happening, he's still thinking about his first girl, and hey, you know what? I love you, and I can't pretend like I don't. And so, things never really stick after a love like this one. And I think it's something honest about these lyrics too, and that is, hey, I still love you. I just still love you. and I think despite everything that comes on after that, that's never going to change. And so we've got the official clip of Stick Around. In 1986, he was part of a musical, Time, and he covered the Dave Clark 5 classic, Because. This is an absolutely beautifully written song, this one. The chord progressions are beautiful in this song, and Julian Lennon really just brings this song to life in his own particular way. The official clip is just very understated, him singing at a piano, but with all the backing stuff happening. So Because it's an absolutely stunning song, really, really, really beautiful. Julian Lennon really does bring this song to life in many, many ways. And in 1991, we've got the album Help Yourself. Now, George Harrison, it was allegedly like the Beatles sort of took Julian under their wing a little bit. George Harrison sent some ideas to Julian Lennon for this album, and we've got the song Saltwater. A couple of the lines for this song: for the world I love is dying, and I have lived for love, now it's not a love, and 1 billion children rolled into one. There's just so many good lines in this song. It's really questioning, I think, where is our world going? What is happening to it? It doesn't seem to be working anymore. Salt water whirls on my eyes. Now, when you're at the beach and salt water gets in your eyes, it's not the nicest or greatest of feelings in it. And I think, and he even talks about himself, I'm looking at myself in the future thinking, what have I done with my life? Very, very confronting lyrics, these ones, but the song is really, really well produced and kind of uplifting at the same time. And I think in this day and age of where we are sitting at the moment with environmental stuff and wars happening all over the place, salt water welling in our eyes, I do wonder the human race seems to have run out of ideas for how we can get on with each other. And I do kind of question where everything is going a little bit. But what can I do? Well, I've got my own small part of the world, haven't I? I can make a difference in my small part of the world just with the way I conduct myself, the values that I hold on to, wanting to make a difference, I think, where we can. We might not be able to alter the whole world, but we can certainly alter our small part of it. And, if millions of people do that all around the world in the individual small part of the world, well, perhaps the world can change. And I think this is the hope of Julian Lennon in this song, Saltwater. There's something about, really calling the world out for where it is, but done in an uplifting and encouraging way at the same time. So please watch Saltwater all the way through. It's a very, very good clip indeed. Now, 1998, Photographic Smile came out. Now, the significant thing happened in 2022. Now, Julian Lennon, obviously we know his dad's songwriting, and particularly the song Imagine, how iconic that song has been to the world. Well, Julian Lennon vowed he was never ever going to sing it. Well, that changed in 2022 when the Ukraine war commenced, and Julian thought, hey, what can I actually do to make comment here? Imagine all the people. And so here he is, him and just a guy playing acoustic guitar, a guy from Extreme apparently, singing Imagine. This is absolutely stunningly shot, this song, and Julian Lennon really is a splitting image of his dad in many, many ways. His voice, his look, but his own unique character at the same time. So there's something quite unique about Julian Lennon singing John Lennon's Imagine. So we've got the official clip of that one below. It was a big thing for Julian to do this, by the way. Please don't understate how difficult and hard this was to do. This is what makes this song just even more compelling, and that is how challenging it was for Julian to do this. But he did decide to do it and bring it to the world. And so, a bit of a moment captured in time, I'm thinking. So we got the official clip of that one below. Between 1984 and 2022, there's been 6 studio albums, 38 singles, estimated to have sold 1.7 million albums. So well and truly in the scheme of things has contributed to this legacy of this thing called music in his own right, I'm thinking. He has been nominated for a Grammy Award all the way back with Too Late for Goodbyes as well. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Jules Riding. If you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Live Reflections through Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to silver screen, almost goddess in many, many ways, Julie Andrews, Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, plus a few others. You cannot do a series and not look at Julie Andrews. So that's where we're going next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.